Alright, yo, welcome back to some more Genshin Impact, right? Today is just gonna be a bit of a different video. I decided to do a video on basically the life of an AR55 player, right? A daily grind that I do every day, as pretty much an endgame player, right? So I'm not gonna be talking too much about the intro. The intro is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just gonna be going through my dailies and I'm gonna be explaining what I do on this game every day to kind of optimize my account. Right now, bear in mind this is a quick warning. I don't do everything that I'm gonna be explaining in this video every day. This is just like, as I like to call it, the perfect grind day for an AR55 and over player, right? So obviously when I log in, you start off with your dailies, right? Everybody should do that. It's the first thing. You just hop on, do your dailies, right? Alright, so I start off by doing my dailies, right? Obviously this takes literal seconds.
I will have order. Order guide you.
Alright, so after doing my dailies, I went back to Catherine to collect my daily rewards as well as do my exhibitions. After that, I went to talk to the blacksmith, both for Monster and for Leeway. He will point you to the popular locations concentrated with crystals. And then I went to obviously collect the crystals all around the world. There is a specific route that I do every day to collect the crystals. It takes around probably 30 minutes. I go around and collect all the crystals that I can. After I finish collecting the crystals, what I do is I check in my inventory to see what local specialties and what flowers I need to upgrade my characters. I am upgrading Zhao as well as Mona, so I decided to go and go out exploring the world and doing that, right? Also, one thing to note for these kind of routes, if you know what you're doing, you don't really need a guide. But I usually just go on the internet and type in locations for these specific things and then go around the world collecting them accordingly, right? After I clean the world of all my flowers and all of my mining materials, next thing on the list is artifacts. There is a specific artifact that I do every day. That's very good. It takes around 20 minutes and you get a lot of artifacts over it. You pretty much clear the whole world of it, right? So I do that every day as well. After I complete the artifacts, next thing on my list will be farming mobs. Now, as you guys can see, I am stacked with mob drops, so I'm not gonna do that for a while. However, there is a specific route that I like doing for bigger mobs, and also if I need to do a specific mob and I'm not sure where they are, again, always go into your book, go into enemies, as I'm showing you on the screen right now, and this will point you into the specific direction of a mob that you need, right? This is really good to do in case you think you missed some, right? If you want to clear out the whole world and go into for individual mobs like this, a very good way to do so, right? Next thing on the list, after clearing up the world and everything you could do on the world, is obviously using your resin. Now, I've got a Zhao and I'm currently upgrading Zhao. Today is the day to upgrade his deathmatch, the polearm that I use for him. So I decided to use my resin on that, right? So what I've done is I've checked where I have to go, right? I've topped up my resin. I've done a resin refresh. Good thing to note is if you're free to play, do one resin refresh. It's always worth to do the first one for 50 primos because I am kind of pay to win. I do 3 refreshes for 250. I lose my refreshes every day on that, but it's worth the progression, right, for me personally, for my account. So I do the top ups. I do my top up resin refresh. Go craft my condensed resin and then head straight to the domain, right? So I go to the domain. I pick my team accordingly to the water domain because I'm currently in the water domain, right? So I pick Klee, Fischl, Ganyu, Zhongli to completely destroy this domain and yeah, collect my rewards. So after I collect my rewards, I obviously do this 2 more times. So then I can go and finally upgrade my deathmatch from 60 to 80, right? Because I farmed up enough materials. After upgrading the deathmatch, I decided to check exactly what I need for my Zhao in order to get him to level 80. And I needed to farm this boss, this specific new boss for him 2 more times. So I just went for that. Also, a thing to know, this is the first time I'm using this team against him, and it actually worked pretty well. He has this enemy tends to have a lot of life, so yes, no healer, but I have a Zhongli. Zhongli pretty much makes you invincible if you've got him built accordingly. I haven't got him built, but he still does really well. regardless, because of the buffs. You know, they made him a literal god. Like, yes, I know he's a god, but they made him a literal god in this game. So yeah, I destroyed the boss, you know, collect my rewards. I got 2 of them rocks, which means I need 2 more in order to get Zhao to level 20. Got a trash artifact, which is always sad, right? So another thing to note is if you have nothing else to use your resin on, it will always be artifact farming. Artifacts are made in such a way that you can literally spend months and months farming artifacts and you won't get your perfect roll on them, right? So yeah, if nothing else to do, always use your resin on artifacts. And then last but not least, after all of that grind, after using all of my resin, I always decide to check the events and what's out right now. In this specific time that the video is out, we got the 5 flashes of fortune out. Pretty boring event. It's nice to interact with friends, right? You invite some friends over, you go on Discord. Hey, I need these colored pictures, I need these colored pictures. Do this every day. Swap out with your friends to collect more and more rewards. Pretty nice, but the event itself is low-key boring, right? And that's about it when it comes to, you know, AR55 grind. Now, I've explained this pretty briefly, and I've just showed like literal like seconds of what I do every day. However, each step takes a long time, right? When it comes to artifact farming, the route itself takes around 20 minutes. When it comes to farming ores, that's another half an hour, maybe to an hour, depending on whether you want to join other people's worlds and you know, mine with them. When it comes to farming mobs, that could take you hours as well. That could take you hours on hours farming different mobs if you're missing something. Did I miss something out? Artifacts. Oh yeah, grinding like flowers and collecting flowers and stuff on a daily basis. If you want to upgrade your character, that takes a long time as well. So yes, I did show you everything that an AR55 player does, but this is for like hardcore players only. This is what hardcore only players do it, right? Sorry. This is only what hardcore players do. For me personally, I don't do everything from this. The reason being is I would have burnt myself out of this game really fast if I'd done this every day. I would have been doing the tedious stuff a lot. This game would have been just boring for me, and I would have just been questioning why I'm doing this in the first place, right? So what I tend to do is I'm only farming. I am only personally just farming ores every day, just because that's what I'm missing the most. Now that I've got Zhao, I'm farming for him, but when it comes to like artifacts and collecting stuff around the world and farming mobs, I don't do that. I just pick and choose what I do on a daily basis, and I just stick to it, right? Just so I have some leverage when it comes to this game, and I don't just sweat this game constantly, because I love this game. This game is very fun. I like the grinding aspect of this game, but I don't want to burn myself out of this game, so I just take it easy and just log in for maybe an hour or 2 a day and get on with my life, right? So anyway, that's about it when it comes to the AR55 grind, the daily grind, right? I know this is not like a really detailed guide, or this is not like maybe what you guys thought it was gonna be, but you know, nonetheless, I just wanted to share with you the usual grind that players at the end game have to go through on a daily basis, right? Anyway, alright, so I'm gonna finish it off here. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I hope you had an amazing day, and yeah, that's about it. I'm out. Peace.